What's up, farmer family? How y'all doing today? Today, we're going to be talking about the bread and butter wild thing. I feel like I miss saying it every time, but it's the wild thing, y'all. But yeah, I have a discount code with this company. It's Farmer. If you use that, you'll get 10% off. I do get a kickback from that. It helps my small channel. It helps me take my kids out. It helps me get gas to go play pickleball so I can record these videos. Just know I very much appreciate you all. And at the end of this video, I'm going to be talking about a crazy story that happened down during the nerdy tourney involving an Uber driver and his wife. The most awkward situation I've ever been in my life. I would almost rather hitchhike, and that is like super dangerous. That was so sketchy. But yeah, this is their elongated paddle. It has a fiberglass layer. That way it's got a little more pop than what, some of the other paddles currently have. I'm getting ready to go over that here in a few. I almost started comparing them in the intro, y'all. What the heck is up with me? But yeah, I hope y'all been doing good. Let's get into this. So the first thing I want to talk about is the pop. When it comes to the pop of this paddle, it is a poppier version of the Shogun. The Shogun was a PET or titanium face paddle. It didn't have the layer of fiberglass. This has a layer of fiberglass in there, which helps increase the pop. So if you're using the Shogun and want something with just a tad bit more pop that's going to help you with counters, speed ups, stuff like that, this one would be an upgrade from it. And when it comes to power, it's got a really good amount of power, but I would still put this paddle in all court compared to some of the other paddles that are currently on the market, specifically the foam paddles. I feel like this does have a little bit more power than the Shogun. It does need to be weighted up and stuff, so it can be around the same swing weight and everything as the Shogun is, and then it really smacks the crap out of the ball. Now, when it comes to the control, this paddle is more controllable than a lot of the foam paddles that are currently on the market, but it's not as controllable as, like the Carbon True Foam, the Blue Core from, almost said from Paddle Tech, from Diadem. This is like perfectly, even in the middle of the road. If you're not wanting a crazy power paddle, and if you're not wanting like a super control paddle, this would be one you would land on if you're looking for an elongated polypropylene paddle. I could take it out and play a day with it, and I would be able to hone it in and use it good versus some of the power paddles, it takes a while. And then some of the control paddles, you can just do it instantly. It's the perfect middle ground in terms of control. Now, when it came to RPMs, it got 2,084 RPMs. Like I always say, 1850 and up is good. 2,000 plus would be considered good and elite in terms of my RPMs. So it's got really good spin. That is not something you're going to have to worry about. When it came to the swing weight of it was 115, which compared to other elongated paddles is pretty good. It allows for customization wherever you want to put lead tape. So it's not like crazy, crazy heavy to swing. I can technically use it, in doubles and look at me. But yeah, you can put some lead tape on there if you like a heavier swing weighted version. I can't do that. I had to play with it stock for the most part. But when you add lead tape, it smacks the crap out of it. The swing weight does go up, but it also helps a couple other stats as well. And out of the box, mine weighed 7.8 ounces, which is pretty light. I know there's people that value, static weight and want something below 8 ounces, and this is below 8 ounces, or at least mine was. And then the balance point of it was 240. When it came to the twist weight was 6, like 6.0, which not quite as good as a Shogun, and it doesn't feel quite as stable in terms of twisting like the Shogun did. So the 115 swing weight is going to help with that because it's going to allow you to add lead tape to it to bump up that twist weight more than the 6.0 that it currently is. It's definitely going to need a little bit of lead tape, especially if you're a normal elongated player. And in terms of sweet spot, I feel like the sweet spot's a little bit smaller than the Shoguns, which I mean, the sweet spot is slightly correlated or is correlated with the twist weight. And I feel that if you put lead tape to get the swing weight up right where the Shogun is, that the twist weight and the sweet spot are going to be very similar to the Shogun. It's just raw. It's not there. It's not identical in terms of the sweet spot or the twist weight. Okay, this paddle is 189.99. This paddle is not going to be for everyone. There are going to be people who want crazy power paddles, and if that's what you're wanting, go past this. This is going to be for people who still like the polypropylene feel, who want an elongated paddle with a lower swing weight. That way you can customize it. I feel like this will do really good for people in singles. I don't feel like a power paddle is necessarily, needed in singles. I want the ball to sit on the paddle face a little bit longer and me to be able to control and, dictate where I'm putting my shots instead of it just launching off pretty quickly. but this is gonna be for a select group of people. This is one of, like, the only elongated paddles I could actually take out and play with in doubles due to its swing weight. Like, that's yeah, not many elongateds for the stick figure. Okay, sorry, I'm back. I was standing apparently in an anthill, and I had them all the way up my leg. But yeah, so I went a couple days before all the other reviewers, and I was hanging out with Doug, and Doug had to go get a few things from across town. I hadn't eaten yet, so he dropped me off at this sub place. I got done eating, yada yada. Got into an Uber, started driving back. The Uber driver was 80 plus years old. I started talking to him basically about my life, his life, family, just trying to relate with him. And I've always, been told respect your elders. That's what I was doing. I thought it was a harmless conversation. We get back to the hotel and he's like, "Hey, I'm not gonna charge you for this. Let me go show you a few places to eat." And he drove me around. He'd be like, "Hey, they have happy hour here. They have good, good shrimp here. This place, Mulligan's, that's really good for breakfast. If you come out in the morning, me and my wife would love to buy you breakfast." And I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome." I get his phone number and he's like, "Oh, yeah. And here's a picture of my wife." Mind you, he's an older dude. Shows me his wife. His wife has nothing on in that picture. And I instantly like look straight down. I'm just like, "Oh crap, what am I getting myself into?" So yeah, I don't know if he had other intentions, which that's what I'm thinking now. And I was like, "Oh, some of the other paddle reviewers are coming back to the hotel now. I need to get back." Nobody was even close to coming back. I was ready to bail. Like I had frozen up in the back seat of that Uber. I was like, "Are my organs getting ready to get trafficked?" Dude, it was crazy. And then I was like, "Oh, I might have a reviewer with me tomorrow." And then he's like, "Oh, bring them along." And I'm like, "Okay. All right. Have a good day, sir." Dude, it was so sketchy. I did not. He also, I'm gonna leave some stuff out. When he showed the picture of his wife, he also did a couple of hand motions and stuff like that that I'm not gonna say or show. And it was way out of my comfort zone. Like, nope, no, sir. But I'm not gonna show or do any of that. You can just sort of imagine. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed this review. And if you stayed around for the story, you got to hear the crazy story that I wish I wasn't a part of. But until next time, stay safe, have a good day, drink plenty water. Peace, y'all.